So this binder I have here is definitely different from any of the other ones I have. There was a time where Reflections 1 booster packs were less than $3 each, and I went a little bit crazy on those, so I ended up with a lot of sets of Reflections. So I ended up thinking that, hey, it'd be kind of cool to have one page of each card. So that's basically what this is 9 Reflections 1 foil sets. Each side is 9 copies of one card. So, and kind of put the best cards toward the middle for each side. But a lot of these look cool, but they weren't necessarily super playable. Like of the Celebration cards, I think Coruscant Celebration is probably the least useful, but other cards like Haven and Lightsaber Proficiency still see a lot of use. And some are definitely shinier than others. Revolution with the black background is a bit harder to see. This is Reflection. Always liked this interrupt. With shields, non-uniques became a lot less useful, but being able to search for non-uniques and then retrieve if you have a bunch of them on the table does seem like fun. They foiled one of the Jedi tests, and the rendezvous point foil. A lot of people think this is one of the cool looking foils, and I would have to agree. Some other sites, Cloud City ones, Death Star and Dagobah. And I've always liked snow speeders, so I have an 18 foil snow speeders facing each other. It's very neat. So red 5 and so we had Luke's Snowspeeder, Wedge's Snowspeeder, Luke's X-Wing, Wedge's X-Wing. Kind of just put these in whatever order I thought would be coolest. And the Redemption and 2-1B now, so getting into the characters. I think Decipher really liked Brainiac. Not a very useful card, but just as a joke, I thought it was pretty entertaining. Both leaders of both squadrons detected Death Star and Biggs and Wedge. And it's hard to go wrong with 18 foil lightsabers. Now I did intersperse some dark side here just because to me it made more sense to put the Lobots together and the Landos together. Got Yoda. Now into the Obi-Wans. And these soft pages are nice. They don't really bend the cards like the harder pages do, but yeah, sometimes they do fall out, so you got to be really careful when carrying them. As long as you carry them bottom end down, it's no big deal. R2. Foil Han. And this is a cool page. Anytime you have the Carbon Chamber guys foiled, it's always nice. And with having 9 of them on one page, one other bonus is you get to see the same card from different angles at once. So the Falcon with Chewie. And we got a bunch of Leias coming now. A few Lukes now. And if my memory serves, and I think it does, this next page is definitely the most impressive one because I wanted them right in the very middle of everything. So that is the ultra rares. Got them definitely back when they were a lot easier to get. But Luke has a cool looking background for sure. The foil there. And Vader too. I don't think he looks quite as nice as the Luke, but there are some. It's hard to get him to shimmer even, but just the difference in backgrounds there makes them a bit uneven in terms of how the foil looks, but still that portrait they chose for Darth Vader in Premiere anyways is a very good option. I believe that's right after he kills Obi-Wan and he's stomping the cape to see what's left. And another Carbon Chamber foil card with the Vaders there. His tie and his flagship. Veers and Tarkin, which means the Death Star's coming next, and I put the light side ones there too. Super laser and the card that lets you fire the super laser. And it worked out, I could put Boba Fett and Slave One together. And then his gun and Forlom. Zuckuss and the Mist Hunter. Dengar and the Punishing One, probably IG-88 and IG-2000 next, yep. And then Bosk and his ship, and Bosk in his ship was the first, as far as I can recall, bounty hunter card in his ship. So they never made a Houndstooth foil, but they did make a Bosk in Houndstooth foil. Deploy of 8, which is pretty wild, but he adds Battle Destiny. Both Jabbas. The Rancor in his sail barge, so instead of grouping alphabetically or anything like that, I just kind of went more thematic. A lot of bounty hunters, and then of course, a bit before doing in Salacious Crumb, who aren't necessarily the most interesting foils. I thought they did a good job with the creature cards, how the creatures are always coming out of the frame. And Star Destroyers. I see a lot of Star Destroyers. Probably like Tyrant the best just because he adds 1 to Tractor Beam Destiny draws. Can't get enough Tractor Beams. Black 2, they did a pretty good job with the foiling of this one. The Obsidian Ties and a couple of AT-ATs now. Thought about putting him up by Veers, but figured since Veers was Vader's general, I decided to put him back next to Vader. Definitely the coolest effect foil that I can think of, the 2 lightsabers there. Yeah, I definitely noticed the darker the background, the harder it was to have a foil that really pops off the card, but even so, the visage foils are pretty neat. Lightsabers always foiled pretty well. They looked pretty cool when they were foiled. And then closing off with Slip Sliding Away. I think, yeah, not too many interrupts were foiled for the dark side, but a lot of neat cards in here, and definitely depending on what the lighting's like, these can look pretty cool on any given day. And almost to the Vader page here, the Vader and Luke page. But thought about breaking these up, but at the same time, Reflections 1, definitely one of my favorite sets, and foil cards look so cool, I figure I might as well keep it together at least for a little while longer. Hope you enjoyed this video, hope you like foils as much as I do, and I'll definitely have some more sealed product videos and binder videos of my collection, other binders I have, coming up in the future. So thanks for watching.